Email marketing analytics, how to measure the success of your campaigns. Okay, so you're doing these campaigns, but are they any good? Are you making any money? Is it doing what it should be doing according to industry standards? In this video I'm going to go through 5 analytics that you must know and you must check when you're doing these email sequences. If you don't have a good email sequence provider, and if you don't have Kartra, I don't think you have a good one. So anyhow, that's my opinion. But if you look in the description below, there's a link to Kartra. I would definitely grab Kartra. You can watch the video that it does absolutely free. You don't have to opt in, you have to give an email or anything. And once you watch the video, get this, once you watch the video, you can get Kartra for only $1. Check it out, man. If you're doing any kind of digital marketing, you need Kartra. The video will explain, I promise you. Now by the end of this video, you're going to know what analytics that you need to look at, what you can do about it, and how to make more money with your email sequences. So let's get going. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button down there, click it, turn it from red to gray. Don't forget to ring the bell. That wasn't good at all. Don't forget to ring the bell. That's much better. Okay. What you want to do is ring the bell, turn on all notifications so you're notified every time I go live or I upload a video. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. Feel free to put comments below. All right, let's check this out. Number one, without this one, none of them matter. It's deliverability rate. Deliverability. Out of all the emails you're sending out, how many of them are actually getting delivered? Okay, now we shoot for 99%. because we want to have good deliverability. If we don't have good deliverability, it doesn't matter what the email says, what it does, clicks, none of that stuff, because people aren't even getting it. That's why I like Kartra, is they have a very high deliverability rate. If you are below 97% on your deliverability rate, I think you need to look at how you're collecting emails. Do people even want to be on your email list? It's super important that you do that. So that's the first thing you want to look at. Without that, nothing else really matters. The next thing is open rate. Now this is where a lot of people get tripped up on open rate. Open rate is going to be based on one thing and one thing alone: your subject line. Yeah, your subject line. If your subject line isn't good, and I'll put a link below where you can download the best subject lines. I have a great downloadable on that. You can grab that. But if you don't have great subject line, guys, nobody's going to open your emails. And the bad thing about that is, if they don't open your emails, they don't read your emails. And if they don't read your emails, they won't click on your emails. And if they don't click on your emails, you won't have any success. So it's really important that you hammer down this subject line thing. This subject line thing is so very important. I can help you out with that. I can give you some top subject lines. And understand, the purpose of a subject line is to get an email open. It's not to tell them what's in the email. It's not a preview email subject line. It's a subject line. Okay, so in your email you may be talking about discounts on survival food, like what we have right now, but the subject line I may use may be, I can't believe this just happened, it's about over. Okay, you're about to miss out on this, you need to click now, please read this, it's of utmost importance. Okay, stuff like that's going to get people to open an email. But if you say 20% off on men's shirts today, and they're looking for men's pants, or it landed in a woman's inbox, well, that's not going to get open. So it's really important when you look at these open rates, what are you doing with that subject line, the most important part of your email? And like I said, you can improve your open rate by having better subject lines, but you can also A/B test it, split test it. And in Kartra, the software I just told you about, it'll allow you to do that. So you could do that and you can tweak that up. Ideally, we like to have about 20% open rate. Keep in mind, the bigger your list, the lower your percent open rate is. So that's really largely dependent upon how big your list is. You get over 5,000 or 10,000 people, and of course your open rate is going to be a lot less than if you had 300 people on your list or 400 people on your list. Your intimacy between you and that receiver of your email goes down dramatically the bigger your list gets. You get email lists that have millions of people on them, and their open rate's very low. Unless you're in that category, we want to try to shoot for about 20% though. Number 3 is click-through rate, or CTR. Now some people have a real misunderstanding of what click-through rate is. Click-through rate is based on the number of people that actually opened your email versus how many people clicked in your email. A lot of people think it's how many emails were delivered based on how many people clicked. And that's not true, because just because it was delivered, if that email wasn't opened, it can't be part of click-through rate. So please keep in mind, this is only based on people who opened your email and people who clicked on your email. What's a good click-through rate? We like to shoot for about 3.5%. If we get 3.5%, we know we're gonna have thousands of people looking at our offer, and with thousands of people looking at our offer, we can make a lot of money, okay, which is the whole key in marketing online. Hello, you want to understand what that rate is. We want to try to get that up as high as possible. If that click-through rate is not where you want it to be, you need to look at your messaging in your email. If you're giving up all your information in the email, if you say, hey, in this video these are all the things I cover, well, nobody's going to click to watch your video because you just told them everything that's in the video. If you say, in this video I'll explain why X is happening, they almost have to click to find out why X is happening. You know, we're selling our products at half price right now, but here's what happened to cause us to do that. Click here to watch the video. Oh, okay, well, I want to watch the video just to see what happened. So think about it that way. Your call to actions within your email, are they enticing? Are they interesting? Do they leave a little bit out so that people have to click through to find out what the end of the story is? That's what you want to do inside an email, and that'll improve your click-through rate. Now we get to number 4, which is conversion rate. What is a conversion rate? Conversion rate is the percent of people who clicked and the percent of those people who actually converted. So maybe you're offering a downloadable PDF. Out of the people who clicked to go look at that downloadable PDF, how many people downloaded it? Maybe you're selling a product, maybe you're selling sweaters or t-shirts. Out of all the people who clicked and saw your offer, what percentage of the people actually bought a sweater or a t-shirt? So you see, a conversion rate is when people did the action that you really sent out the email to get them to do. A download, watch a video, buy a product, opt in for something. That is your conversion rate. That's super important, because without conversions, right, you've just wasted your time. A good conversion rate is probably not as high as you think. It's around 2%. So keep in mind, if you have 100 people click and you have 2 conversions, you did well, because you got 2%. That's what 2% of 100 is. So keep in mind, guys, you need a big list if you want big conversions. Don't get discouraged if you're only getting a few sales when you send out an email, because maybe your list isn't big enough yet, but keep doing it and it will get big enough. Keep putting the products out there, keep putting the content out there, keep doing what you're doing. Okay, keep doing it. Trust me, it will build. It has built for me over the past decade. Here's the scary one. Number 5 is your unsubscribe rate. When you send out an email, ultimately once your email list gets big enough, you're going to have unsubscribers. The question is, what is an acceptable unsubscribe rate? Now keep in mind, some people may not want your product anymore. Maybe they already bought your product, they don't want to hear about it anymore. Maybe they're trying to cut down on how many emails they're getting. So there's a lot of reason people will unsubscribe. It may not have been that one email that was the reason they unsubscribed. Sometimes I just get too many emails from a company and I just unsubscribe because I'm not interested anymore, or I don't like how they're writing their emails, or whatever the case may be. But we want to try to keep that to bare minimum. What you want to do is aim for a 0.5% or less. 0.5% or less. If it gets too high, there's probably a reason for it. And I'd like to put up on the screen some of the reasons why unsubscribe rates get high. Now the first one is your email provider is going to look at different things. So it could be if you're using something like Kartra, tracking is automatically enabled and the campaign report will show the following directly in admin: the delivery rate. Okay, so you can look at that, and that could be part of your problem. How many subscribers unsubscribed? Okay, that's what we just talked about. The next one on here is a click-through rate. We just talked about that. How many people are clicking? Next one could be how many times the email was reported to spam. So that's another thing that when you look at Kartra, you can see how many times people are reporting your emails to spam. Next one is how many unique visitors your store had from the email. Next one they're going to see is how many times a visit to your store from the email resulted in items being added to the cart. Next one up is how many orders were placed by customers visiting your store from the email. And the last one on here is the dollar amount in sales made from visits to your store from that particular email. So if you have something like Kartra, man, it does a lot of this legwork for you, a lot of the hard stuff for you. It helps you improve so much more. So don't forget, in the description below, right below there's going to be a link to Kartra. Now that link it's not something where you have to buy, it's not something where you have to give up your email. It is a video you can watch that shows you what Kartra will do for you. Watch the video from beginning to end. Once you do, I think you're going to see the value in it. Kartra is an amazing software. It's one of the few things that I choose to be an affiliate with, and I think you're going to love it. So click it, watch it. If you do like it, you can get Kartra for only $1 through my affiliate link. $1 is pretty cheap, so do check that out and check out Kartra. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what problems you're having, what successes you're having. Do me a favor, put it in the comments section below. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you would, and if you haven't, oh my gosh, I hope you have. If you haven't subscribed yet, that button is still red. It's glaringly red. You need to click it and turn it gray, and as soon as you do, a bell is going to pop up next to it like this. You want to ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified each and every time I go live or I upload a video. Hey, I really appreciate you watching this video. I really do. If you think this is good information, let me know. Share it with your friends and family and let them get the value of it too. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.